Today I'll be showing you how to crochet this cute little easy to do hair scrunchie. For today's video, I'm going to be using a 4.5 millimeter hook, a darning needle. For my crochet, acrylic, and cotton hair scrunchies, I normally use a smaller hair tie. So this will be the one I'm using. It's in a sage green color, so it'll blend well with the green that we're going to be using. A pair of scissors. And then I'm going to be using the rest of the skein that I have here. It is I Love This Yarn, Hobby Lobby's brand, in neons, and it's the green. You can use any acrylic yarn for today's project. Any color will be just fine, okay? So gather your supplies and we'll meet back here. Okay, so how I start out my hair scrunchies, I simply take the hair twistie and the edge of the yarn, and I just make a regular knot and I double tie the knot. Okay, then what we're going to do is single crochet all around our hair twistie. In the beginning it's a little fumbly, you will notice that, but as we move along it gets a little thicker and heavier duty, we'll call it, sturdy, so it becomes easier to single crochet around that. So just keep single crocheting all around it. Depending on the size and thickness of your hair twistie, you're probably going to have different numbers for each different kind. So just depending on how many single crochets you do around your hair scrunchie, it doesn't really matter a given number. It's usually about around 35 or so. But the main idea is not so much the numbers for this beginning, it is just to make sure that your hair twistie is all covered by your yarn, okay, with those single crochets. I always try to use brighter colors for you guys when I'm making the videos. I hope that helps you able to see what we do during the video. I mean, obviously I wouldn't use something like a black or a dark brown in the instructional videos here. Just it's going to be harder to see what I'm doing, you know. So we're getting close to the end of ours. What you're going to want to do as you're coming closer to the end is just grab that yarn and twistie and just push it over like that, just so you have this totally filled, okay? The idea is when you're done with this step of the single crochets, you don't want to be able to see the scrunchie underneath. And when you're going to be pulling it apart like that to put it into your hair, it's going to stretch and show that hair twistie underneath, okay? So you don't want that. So I just keep pushing over as much as I can. It'll get too tight where you can't do that anymore, and you know, okay, that's enough. So then, once you have that all done, feel free to speed me up or pause me or whatever you need to do also. But once you're done with that part, then all we're going to do is into that first top chain, we're going to slip stitch it to connect that. There you go. Okay, so you got that first part done. Now let's move on to the second part. Okay, starting out this row, we are going to chain 2, and then right back into that same spot, we are going to put in 2 double crochet. Next chain, we are going to put 2 double crochet. And into the next. So in this entire row, we are just going to be putting 2 double crochet into each stitch all the way around. Okay, so continue on all the way around with that, and then we will meet back here when we are done with all of our 2 double crochet in each stitch. Okay? All right, I'm just coming up on my last space here to put my double crochet, my 2 double crochet. That's 1 and 2. Okay, so then just like the same, you're going to put your hook into that first top chain, slip stitch into that. Okay, so same thing, you're going to chain 2, and now instead of 2, we're going to put 3 double crochet into those spaces. So that was 1, 2, and my third. So I just want to show you guys, just in case yours isn't doing it or you're worried that it's doing it, it should be starting to fold over a little bit on itself like this. So that is how we get the scrunchie effect. Otherwise it would just be like a disc that we're making. Okay, so that is how it should look. So if that's how yours is looking, you are on the right path here. So like I said, now we are just going to be going around all these stitches and putting 3 double crochet into those stitches instead of the 2 like we were doing, okay? So that's 1, 2, 3. I'll do a few of these with you guys, just in case you're having troubles or you're super new at making the double crochets. And in this last round here, this will be our last round already. This is a quick project. It's really going to start folding over on itself even more now for this row, okay? So we want them to look pretty nice and full, and that's what it's going to do. Okay, so finish your rows here, and I will meet you back again when I'm about 1 or 2 off from the end of my row, and we'll finish this little project up together, okay? So nice, easy, quick project. You can knock out a bunch of these in a few hours. So if you need a fast gift, this is the one, okay? So we'll meet you back here. I'm just doing my last few stitches here of my scrunchie. Okay, so then when you finish that up, all you do is again go into that top chain stitch and slip stitch it together. So now we have the scrunchie crocheted up here. We just cut that and pull it through to make a little knot. And then all you do is get your darning needle back out and put him on to your needle. And then we're just going to stitch it up a little bit so it doesn't come untangled and it's extra secure, okay? So you just kind of weave in anywhere. Hide the stitching as best as you can, but it's not always going to work that way. It's going to be very hard to tell anyways with a scrunchie with how ruffled it got and all that, okay? So I just go a few rows in. And then follow through with going in the opposite direction. So that one is all good. Get our scissors here and snip him off, and then you're going to do the same thing on the end we started with. Then find your other end and slip him onto your needle and do the same thing. So just weave him in a little bit into those stitches. Just to hide him a little bit. And then back down the other direction. And cut him off, and you have your hair scrunchie complete. So it gets nice ruffled. It's pretty big hair scrunchie. Like I said, good for gift giving, a fast, easy project. If your child or a child you have is on sports, you can do sports themes for yourself. All that sort of thing. Holiday colors. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed this project, and we will see you next time. Thank you.